What's up guys, and welcome to another video on my channel. Today I will show you a simple scalping strategy with 3 indicators. All you need for this strategy is a TradingView account and a broker where you can trade. With that being said, I think we start right away with the video, so let's go. The strategy I will show you today will work for almost every market and every time frame. As I prefer the scalping method primarily to get more signals each day, I will do the setup and later the backtest in the 3-minute time frame on the Euro-US dollar market. We will use the standard candles, so no Heikin Ashi candles or Renko or line break candles, just the regular candles on TradingView. And with these 3 setups or with these 3 conditions, we are good to go. As I said at the beginning, this strategy will work for almost every time frame and every market. But before you are trading with real money on a different market, as I will show you today, just make a proper backtest on your own, as I will do this later on as well, to make sure that this strategy is under your conditions really profitable and not that you are or that you have chosen a very unlucky strategy or a very unlucky setup which will not make any profit. But with that being said, I think we will start right away with the setup. So let's start with our first indicator. The first indicator we want is the trend type indicator by Bob Rivera. So let's load it in and we will do some changes to it in the style section. So the input section will be completely as it is, and the style section is where I personally will make the colors more visible and that one as well. And the sideway area here I will set to 0 and click OK. So this is our first indicator that we need. The second indicator we are looking for is the intraday buy sell signal from NIX 1008. So let's load this one as well, and we are going to make some changes. In the input section, we want to set our lower value of RSI. We change that from 26 to 24, and the SMA length from 70 to 100. Then in the style section, we will change the SMA colors all to white. And when we have this, we can click OK, and the second indicator is loaded in as well. Let's load in our third indicator to complete our setup. So the last indicator we need is when we type in black flag, then it will appear the swing arm ATR trend indicator by VSNFND. So we load that one in, and also we are going to do some changes over here as the chart looks now pretty messy, but let's clean it up. So in the input section, we want to change the trail type to unmodified, the ATR period to 200, and the ATR factor we want to change to 6. And in the style section, we want to uncheck everything until the last plots background box. So let's do this very quick for you. And when you have done this, so only leave the last plots background visible, click OK, and now the complete setup is done. So this is how our chart will look like at the end. And let's start now with our trading rules. So for a long trade, let's start with our rules. So for a long trade, we are looking for a trading course which is above the SMA line. So if the chart or if the course is over the white line. So this is our first rule. The course has to be above the SMA. Second, what we want is that the black flag indicator, so this one, is showing green as well. So to confirm that we are in a long trade, so the black flag trend sorry, the black flag trend is green. And third, we want a buy signal or a green trend type. So I will show it to you in a second. So we want either a buy signal as it is over here, or we want a green trend type. So if this line is changing from neutral to buy, so either at that position it would be a long trade, at this position it would be a long trade as well, or in that position it would be a long trade as well. So these are all the conditions. Our stop loss we will set at the recent swing low or at our SMA, and we will have a risk reward ratio of 1 to 2. So like this, and I will show you now 2 examples. So our first example would be this candle. So we get a buy signal, the candle will close, we will open our position, set our stop loss right below our recent swing low, which will be more or less equal to the SMA in this case. We will set a risk reward ratio to 2. Let's move forward. This trade will be pretty long at this entry, but as you can see, we would end up very nice in the profit. So this would be our first choice. And let's assume that we wouldn't get a buy signal here. The alternative way we could enter a trade when we get no buy signal and we have no open position is when our black flag indicator shows green. So over here, it changes from neutral to green. This is the first candle where it was. Our candle is going to close. We open our position over here. We set our stop loss right below our recent swing low. Set the risk reward ratio to 2. Keep our trade running, and boom, we hit the profit. So these are both possibilities how we can open a long position. So the rules for a short trade are pretty much the same as always, but in the opposite direction. So for a short trade, let's write down our rules. First, we want our course below the SMA. Second, we want our black flag indicator shows a red trend. Third, we want a sell signal, or we want a red trend type. We will set our stop loss above our recent swing high, and we want a risk reward ratio of 1 to 2. Click OK. So these are the rules for a short trade. And as you can see over here, we have a pretty good example for a false signal, because over here we get a buy signal, but we are clearly in a short trend. So we will not enter our long position here. We will wait until we get a short signal. As we continue, we can see our course is below the SMA. We are clearly in a short trend. Our black flag indicator, our trend type indicator shows red. So we open our position over here. We will put our stop loss right above the recent swing high, set risk reward ratio to 2, keep our trade running, and boom, just within like 10 minutes, we will hit our take profit, and we will continue with 2% win on our risk reward ratio. So this is basically the complete setup and how the strategy is working. And I would say we will continue now with our backtest, and let's see how this strategy works out with 100 trades. So let's go. So guys, as you can see, our backtest is now completed. We have completed 100 trades in total. From our 100 trades, we had 89 wins and 11 losses, leaves us with a win rate of 89%. And from the 100 trades, we had managed to make a complete gain of our account of 2,526% overall. So our largest win were 4% and our largest losses were 2%. And our maximum consecutive wins were 19 wins in a row against 2 consecutive losses, which is pretty insane. So I think that this graph shows everything to see that this strategy is highly profitable. And I hope that you like this strategy. If so, please leave the video or please leave a like to the video, subscribe to the channel to not miss any other strategy that I will show you in the future. Also, if you have any strategy that you want being tested from me, please write it down in the comments and then I will do a back test of this strategy as you can see in my other videos. So with that being said, I think that we will see us back in the next video. So I wish you a wonderful day and see you soon.